I can listen to Sugar Hill Gang and I can go to Ice Spice.
Right.
And still have a great time.
Right. A lot of people who weren't from that time who will go back and be like,
I was born in the wrong era.
Right. Exactly. Oh.
I didn't think of an intro for this part, but we're on my YouTube channel where I do whatever I want to. And this time I have Joshua Madden with me.
What's happening?
Joshua Madden is... It feels so weird calling you Joshua Madden. Just putting your whole name out there all the time.
That's real, yeah.
But that's the name you chose, whatever. In my brain, I call you Jay Madden, but then I'm just like, that's not what he chose to do. But anyway.
Funny enough, I had a homie back in high school who was also like, you should just go by Jay Madden.
Right? But it's like the rapper thing to do.
I know.
Shorten your first name.
J. Cole was like just on the rise at that point, too. And it was just like, I can't do the J. Cole because I was already listening to him all the time. Like, I can't bite off J. Cole.
I mean, I feel like there's enough J whatever rappers to...
True. Shout out to Jay Lewis. Shout out to Jay Lewis on the joint.
Jay Lewis. Yeah, exactly. I said, you haven't heard the futuristic fly shit, Planet 23, Day 1 Deluxe, Super Califragilistic Edition. It just keeps getting longer. Pause. But I even say that I have like a little skit / just thank you for listening thing, and I was like, shout out to Jay Madden, Jay Lewis, a whole lot of J's. But anyway, matter of fact, let me give you your copy before you forget.
Oh, hell yeah! I've been so excited for this.
Let's see. I'm gonna ask you a serious question. Do you like the newer Star Wars movies?
I haven't seen them.
You have not?
I haven't seen any Star Wars movies.
Never?
Never.
Okay, well, I thought about giving you Episode 8, The Last Jedi, but I don't...
Want to torture me?
I don't want that to be your introduction to Star Wars, because... Star Wars fans know you don't introduce people to that as their first Star Wars. It totally breaks everything about Star Wars. I
feel like if I did start, Rogue One might be the one that
Rogue One is a good place to start, kind of. I know I'm gonna get hate for saying that because the purist stance is always, you start with the release order, which I'm actually kind of inclined to say that because there's things in Rogue One that you're not going to have a full appreciation for unless you've seen the original trilogy. Right. Because it's the bridge between the prequel trilogy and the original 3.
Oh, okay. That's neat.
Yeah. So... I will give you Mortal Bones. I think it's called Mortal Bones.
I held on to the CD though.
Mortal Instruments, City of Bones. I've never seen that movie. It's not mine. Oh, it's. Are
there vampires in it?
I don't know, honestly.
That cover's giving vampires.
I think it's like some YA novel movie adaptation shit.
More exciting than the Hunger Games.
YA novel adaptation bullshit. But anyway,
there's a song with Ariana Grande on this. Almost is never enough.
Peak YA novel adaptation bullshit. Of course, it has a song from Ariana Grande on it.
Sorry, I'm gonna derail the whole shit every chance I get. I don't know how to take things seriously.
Honestly, I don't mind. But we are on limited time because I have so much content on my phone that it's running out of space.
Oh shit.
Plus, I was being lazy today, so I'm behind on the shit that I was supposed to do.
Thanks for fitting me in.
Of course. Pause. That shouldn't be funny. That shouldn't really be that funny. Like, come on.
I was talking to someone about, like, there's something about, like, a great timed fart joke. Same thing with pause jokes. Like, just a well-timed pause joke. You can't beat. Pause.
Okay, anyway, let's talk rap shit. You really are a day one supporter of mine.
Hey.
You know, you've been there since day one. We grew up together.
Yeah.
And I don't even think we knew, you know, that we were both into music, especially rap, as much as we were. But how do we even reconnect, honestly?
I forget.
I don't remember.
Because I remember, like, off jump, there was one time where my family came over to your family's house and, like, we did, like, a dinner. And then we hung out in your basement. I can't remember if we even talked music then either. And then I forget. Oh, I think maybe you, like, put something on Facebook about selling beats or something like that. Or
I
like,
think that was.
Yeah. And I was, like, in a spot where I was trying to, like, reinvent myself a bit as an artist. And I remember hearing your joints and I'm like, let me get one of these. Like, I think Sunshine was the first joint I bought.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Because that's the first beat I ever sold. So I remember that for sure. That was back when I was putting my shit up on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, you really, you've been there ever since I started putting myself out there as Thunderkidd. You've been there, like, literally from day one. So, just, like, fast forward to now, you know, finally having this song out.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to get you to rap on one of my beats for a long time.
Yeah, you have.
You've been buying my beats and not using the shit.
I've been hoarding. I'm sorry, guys. These are some really good beats, too. Y'all are missing out.
And I can't even fucking show them off because it's just like, I don't want to, you know.
Right, I appreciate it.
But yeah, like, so do you know why it's called the Lunchbox Cypher?
Like what it means to me, or in general?
Well, okay, let's go that route. What does it mean to you?
Yeah, because I think the original title was Lunch Table.
Yes.
And that's exactly, like, what it felt like. Because off jump, I love the grinding reference, because it, like you said, it reminds you of grinding off of Push. Obviously, you got King Push on your shirt already.
Yeah.
Clips, that's what I'm thinking of. And but yeah, it just made me think about, like, high school days when you were just, like, had the homies around the lunch table and just doing a cipher and just everyone spitting the bars either they had off the top or, like, writtens. Like, at the time I couldn't freestyle worth shit, so, like, I was doing writtens. But that's exactly what. But then I was thinking about it when you switched it to Lunchbox. I was like, that's such a dope idea because it keeps the lunch table thing, but then it makes me think about, like, boxing, you know, like lunchbox as in, like, a lunch box, but also a lunch box, like a lunch boxing session. You know what I mean? Like boxing? Yeah.
During lunch? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not following. You lost me.
You know, like, because, you know, they say, like, oh, if you're rapping with people, you might be sparring. You might be sparring with people. You know? Like, it's a competition. You're competing with each other. And so when you changed it to lunch box, I was like, oh yeah, it's like boxing, you know?
That's an interesting take. You had it with the first half, right? But going the extra step to boxing and, like, doing it, taking it on face value, like, literally, that's not where I was going.
Yeah, no, I figured it wasn't, because I'd be overthinking shit all the time. You know the way I rap. Like, I'd be overthinking all my shit, so.
But yeah, it really, that's what it was supposed to be. It was, the first title was Lunch Table, because that's what it made me think of. It made me think of, you know, just banging on the table. Yeah. You know, during lunch and being in a cipher and freestyling and everything like that. I've always wanted to do a posse cut. Yeah. And I've always wanted to, you know, growing up in the blog era, you wanted to be in the XXL freshman ciphers and stuff like that, you know? Yeah. And the BET Hip Hop Awards ciphers. You know, those were like major events.
Yes. Yeah.
Yearly major events. Like when it happened, you were just like, you dropped everything and you had to go watch it. You had to go find the videos, even though BET made it a fucking nightmare to find the videos. Thank you, BET, for nothing. Yet again. I swear if I ever get successful, this is gonna fuck me up.
The worst part,
if BET is even around by the time I get successful, because honestly, like, when's the last time you watched BET?
So I haven't, but I have a homie that I used to work with when I was working at the casino. I don't know what. No, I'll say it. He used to be one of my bosses, and he moved out to Cali, became an actor, and actually has a show on BET called Family Affairs.
Oh shit!
He's one of the characters on that. I think Rico is the dude's name. Or something
2 degrees of separation.
Rio.
There you go.
Right? Yeah. So you know,
I said what I said.
I don't disagree.
Shit. Where was I going? So yeah, it was supposed to be that type of vibe. And I think you were the first person I asked to be a part of it, because I mean, I didn't really know anybody else. I didn't really know any other rappers at the time.
Yeah, was that before like you did your the first open mic you did?
Oh yeah, that was way before.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You've been working on this joint for a minute.
It's been exactly 365 days and maybe like a little more.
God damn.
Yeah. I've never ever, like, if it was any other song, I would have just been like, okay, it's just gonna live on the hard drive, being half finished or whatever.
Yeah.
But I needed to see this come into the world. Like, I needed this to be out in the world. Right. And I really believed in it too, because that's one of the hardest beats I ever made.
Yeah.
I've fully put my stamp on that. Like, that shit is hard as fuck.
I'll never forget, shout out to Brandon Lackey at the lineup room, because like the first 2 takes I did, the first verse and then the second verse, I remember bringing that beat to him to record me, and he was just stopped. He's like, this shit's so hard. Like, which is rare, because I'm on that mellow shit. I'm on that, like, you know, weirdo backpack rap shit. And like, when to hear him say that, I was like, yeah, this shit is hard.
Man, I really am who I think I am.
You are, yeah.
Imagine that.
Legend in the making.
And see, I know people are gonna watch this and be like, "Man, look at this asshole," you know. But it's just like, you go through, as an artist, you go through so much where the first hurdle to putting anything out is getting out of your own head. Yeah, you know. Yeah, so that's such a uphill battle. So where it's like, sometimes you'll have those moments where you're like, "Man, I don't know if I can do this." Yeah. You know, nobody even cares. Nobody, like, everything I'm making is shit. I hate it. I hate this. I'm gonna quit. So it's like, just know I've gone through all of that. So I'm on the other side. Yeah. Like, I need to talk my shit. Hell yeah. Like, you know, I need to talk my shit for real. Like, I make better beats than a lot of people. Yeah. And I rap on them too. Yeah. A lot of people can do one or the other. They can't do both. Facts, yeah. And then also recording the content, audio engineering, all my shit. You can't see it as Pro Tools over here. Recording the audio. I'm gonna be doing the audio later. But yeah, like,
editing videos, camera work, light work, recording other people, like DIY up and down.
I'm saying, like, yeah. So yeah, I'm that nigga.
And on top of that, a great performer too. Like, anytime I see you perform, it's hype as fuck. Nature Boy always says it. Energy.
All right. You gonna,
my bad.
Don't feed my ego too much. Anyway, because we're supposed to be talking about the music, so
we'll get there
eventually. Oh, I was supposed to ask you something else. I didn't write any of this stuff down. So right now I'm freestyling.
Right.
So I asked you, what do you think Lunchbox Cypher means? What was your reaction when the first time you heard everybody's completed verses? So what was your reactions to like who stood out the most? Where you're just like, damn.
Okay. Actually, so everyone stood out to me in different ways.
Okay.
Off jump, your verse stood out to me because I think it was the first time, because I was not a part of like when you were working on Planet 23. Like you're doing a lot of that kind of off, and I was like off in my own spot.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really get to hear you like rap like that on Planet 23. So when I heard your verse on this, I was like, oh, sorry. Thunderkidd. We can cut that.
Gonna bleep it.
Yeah, right. Thunderkidd spitting. Like, just the way it's legit. I remember listening to that verse, and that's why I had to go back and rewrite my verse, was because I was like, fuck, this shit, like, I wrote the first one, and I was like, all right, this is good. Like, I fuck with this. But then I wrote that second one because I heard your verse, and I was like, nah, I didn't come hard enough on it. So like off jump, and since then you've been keeping sorry to keep glazing, but like you pause. You've been like keeping the momentum heavy, like with your verses. Of course, Jay Lewis hearing dude rap has been like dope, because from like one lyricist to another lyricist, like I love the way that he can like he do the extra syllabic shit, but then also like have these like great onomatopoeia moments that just pop at you and make you like remember pieces of his verses. I was like, I need to take some notes.
Very animated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I'll say the person I think I was the most impressed with was Big Trip, actually. And like, for one, because he's getting on a track with like all these lyricists. And I wouldn't like consider him like a backpacker in any route, at least the way that he raps.
He gets busy though.
He gets busy. Like that's that classic, like, some of my favorite artists are like J-Rock and Scarface, because like they don't need to be extra, or so they can just deliver these hard verses without anyone, like, you don't have to think a double time. And the fact that he had a verse, heard the new verse, made a new verse in less than a week, that is just as dope as the first verse.
I'm telling you, dog.
Big Trip, dog, we gotta work together at some point or something. I'm gonna figure something out, or I have to get in contact with you. I'm not on social media that much, so I apologize for not being in the group chat a lot, but real talk, real respect. I love your verse, dog.
I'm telling you, like, and I think the first one that he did was a freestyle.
I believe it.
It sounded like a freestyle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never asked, but I'm pretty sure it was a freestyle too, which made it even crazier to me. Because
the thing I didn't catch on until I forget what made me realize it. I think it was when he said that like, oh, the first dude or like I changed my verse, so like it changed the way his came out. And I think his verse actually, he keeps the rhyme scheme that I end with the first time, and because he does it again with this one, where was it all shit, and then he rhymes. I forget exactly the word that he rhymes. I think he just goes straight with trip, but like he keeps the rhyme that I end on is the rhyme that he starts with.
Is it?
If I was hearing it correctly, at least that's the way I was processing it.
Holy shit!
And I think it did the same thing on, because I forget the way I ended the last joint, but it was the same thing where I heard it and I went, oh no, that's the same like rhyme.
Okay, hold on, bro. I feel like I gotta listen to it now. If it is like that, I'm gonna edit it into the video.
Yeah.
So everybody can hear that. Wow. Yeah. And the crazy part is too, like, I thought when he rewrote his verse, I thought maybe he was gonna do a longer one. But he stuck to his guns and with the 16, and still made a lasting impression.
For sure.
With the shit, like, without
a doubt,
like crazy. Like, I don't really even know how to verbalize. It's still surreal to me.
Okay.
Just because, I can probably count on, well, I know I can only count on one hand because I didn't send my beats out to that many people, but there's people with like folders of like a whole folder of at least like 10 to 12 beats that asked for them. And I sent them out for free. No tags.
Right.
Like they could steal the shit, honestly. Like it's sitting there.
Right.
You know? And just never heard from them again type shit.
Yeah.
So so the fact that like I was able to make this beat and then I asked you to be on it. I asked Big Trip to be on it. Y'all were the two that stuck the longest with it because I asked y'all both in 2023.
Fuck yeah,
And it was supposed to be, I remember, I'm not gonna say names because I don't want it to sound like I'm hating or anything like that. Because there's no bad blood or anything. Yeah, it's just it is what it is. I even take responsibility for some of it. Like I didn't keep up with people after I asked them and they said they would do it. You know, so
I remember like 2 or 3 people off the top that you mentioned too.
And the momentum just kind of fizzles out, or you know, or maybe they just don't want to do it. They didn't really want to do it because I saw them do other shit musically, right, and they show up on, but whatever. It's not bad blood, but I am a little annoyed by that shit, low key. Like, I can't front on that. Like, damn. But yeah, it's just crazy that there was so much time in between me asking and the inception of it to now, especially with like you rewriting stuff, him rewriting stuff, and I know you guys go to the studio to record, you know, so that's like a whole nother thing in itself. Right. You know, for you guys to do all of that just for whatever, like I don't know if it's, you know, I don't know if it's like just you love rap that much that you just wanted to do it, or if it was just like you really wanted to be on a collab project. I don't know. But whatever that was, it's just crazy that it was everything was able to fall in the place that it needed to. Yeah. To where we were able to put it out. Yeah. And it's on the level that it is.
For sure. Like you said, because I remember like the initial joints and like the thoughts and the time and like, I think it's all like, you know, I think we all do love rap that much. You said something dope in your vlog about like, you know, letting the creatives come back out, which I think I'm speaking for us, but I think that we all are creatives on the joint. Like we all have our own styles and our own dimensions that kind of flesh and flourish. But on top of that, it was a production that's just so dope. It's and it's a group that's so dope. Like everyone, I think I lost track of where I was talking about. But all that to say is like, yeah, I was excited from day one. Like when you invited me on this joint, like, especially because of all the stuff that you have done before, like this one felt out of your wheelhouse as well. But it felt open to like the most amount of people to be able to hop on and like try out new things. Like it was just exciting to see.
It's funny that you said open to people, right? Because I was thinking about it, like in the process of moving from Ohio to Maryland and everything, and you know, where I was living with my in-laws and that period where I was unemployed, I thought, and this is when Threads came about, right?
Oh yeah.
I was like, what if we did a Thread Cypher? So, like this is phase 1, of this.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because I can show you the project files for the beat that I came up with. There is a whole bunch of other different sounds and stuff in there. So I'm thinking like, what if we do a phase 2?
Yeah.
Where a whole new beat, you know, and we just open it up.
Okay. Yeah.
I have some people in mind that I want to ask, like, that I want to ask personally.
Yeah.
But also, like, putting it out there, like, hey, if you want to rap and you want to be on a cypher,
yeah,
and like just like an open verse type thing, maybe.
Right.
I don't know how to present it because I don't want it to be a thing where it's just like I've never done an open verse thing before, so I don't really know how it works. I don't want it to just be a thing where I post like the beat on Threads and then it's a bunch of people like throwing up their Spotify links and shit. Like I want people to actually get into it and actually be like, yo, I want to do this.
Right.
And it's like, so it's going to be, and I don't know how long I want to actually focus on that too. Or how long to keep it open before it's just like, okay, like if you didn't get it in by here, or like by now, then it's just not happening. I don't know how to do that. Right, and then also doing quality control without being snobby.
Right.
Because I really hate, probably above all else, I hate music snobs, and rap has a lot of snobby people in there, especially when it gets to, being like the rap purists.
Oh, yeah. The fucking we've talked about it a million times, but yeah, those fucking lyrical miracle. I mean, as a lyrical miracle guy, I hate those fucking guys.
Exactly. It's funny too because in how I've been posting about it, being like, oh, it's all rap, just bars, no gimmicks, and da 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 da. Now my feed is starting to show me more of those people, and I'm just like, at first I was just like, because I think of the internet and like Threads as like being a big house, right? And there's different rooms.
Right.
Where you can go into. And the algorithm is the hallway, right?
Yeah.
So the hallway is constantly shifting what doors you can go into. And so I've been trying to find the rap Threads door, because I was in music Threads, which is a lot of just a mishmash of whatever, but not a lot of rappers or anything like that. So I'm like, I've been trying to find the rap door. Right. And so I feel like I finally got my foot in the rap door. And I was like, oh, it's kind of cool in here. Like people are actually talking about shit that I like to talk about and all this other stuff. And then I just see like, oh, I hate fucking Lil Yachty and I hate blah, 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 blah. Motherfuckers don't know how to rap anymore and blah, 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 blah. I wonder what it would be like if Tupac and Biggie were still alive. I was like, dude, shut up. Like, shut up. Because it's just like, you can, like, don't get me wrong. Like, the 90s was a great era of hip hop. Yeah. Great era. But it's not the end all be all.
Right, yeah.
Like,
or there'll be dudes from the 90s who are like, nah, the dudes I thought were legit were the 80s. Like, those were the dudes that I came up on and who inspired me to do what I do now. Like,
exactly.
Every generation's going to have that. And for us to always, especially because it's a lot of people who weren't from that time who will go back and be like,
I was born in the wrong era.
Right, exactly. Oh, that comment gets me heated every time.
Okay, I hate people like that. I can't stand it. I can't stand it because it's like no. But yeah, it's like my love for rap isn't just for one decade or one subsection of it.
Right.
I can I wrote a bar about it. It's like, oh, what I say? I'm recording, so I can't go to it. It was something along the lines of, in all day, in all ways, I'm hip hop, from Pete Rock to Travis Scott.
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
I'm so serious. Like,
yeah.
I can listen to Sugar Hill Gang and I can go to Ice Spice,
right,
and still have a great time.
Right, exactly.
It's like, it doesn't have to be so fucking serious to where it's like, I only listen to bars all day, or or people that only listen to more newer people, you know, they'll only listen to like Playboy Cardi and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, oh, everything else is mid. Everything else is trash. Like, no.
Right.
I love rap. I love all of it.
It's all got its place.
All of it. There are rappers I don't like or I don't fuck with, but I mean, just overall, like you're telling me there's nothing.
Right. Yeah.
There's nothing.
I mean, we grew up in the Kendrick era. Like, if you're a lyrical miracle guy, like you should have been fine. You were eating off Kendrick, Cole. I mean, talking about posse cuts and ciphers, that whole good music era was full of that.
Yes.
You know, like because I always thought Lloyd Banks was cool, but I remember the time that I really started fucking with Lloyd Banks was off that the Kristen Dior Denim Flow. Oh, Started Up too. Both of those.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like that was the moment where I was like, oh yeah, okay, like we got bars out here. Like, you know, with the Travis Scotts, with the Quavo, that whole I haven't listened to the full thing, but I keep going back to joints from Cruel Summer or that Cruel Summer era. And it's just like you've got Raekwon with 2 Chainz. Like, and it's all dope.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why that is part of the reason why I wanted to do a cypher or a posse cut type song.
Yeah.
Because we need to see more rappers with diverse styles coming together.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, the internet has kind of homogenized everything in a way where it's just like people see, oh, that flow is popular, so I'm going to do that.
Right.
That sound is popular, so I'm going to do that. It's also part of just, you know, everybody trying to rap or everybody trying to sell beats or whatever.
Right.
You know, you want to make what people are going to buy and what's going to sell and all that other shit. But it's just like, you know, I think it's pretty hypocritical to where, you know, everybody in rap, you know, like the stereotypical rap thing is, oh, you got to keep it real, you got to be authentic to who you are and da-da-da-da. And it's like all these people are going around doing shit that they probably don't even like.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're telling me you only like to rap with Amigos flow? That's all you like? You only like trap drums? You only like the you know, like the like all those hi-hat patterns and shit. You don't like sample beats at all?
Right, yeah.
You know, you don't like soulful boom bap shit? You know, come on.
Gold Digger came on in the club. You wouldn't sing it?
Like, I don't. But you have to as cliche as it is, be the change you want to see in the world and shit like that. True. So it's just like, if nobody else is going to do it, okay, well, my lane's wide open.
Right.
You know?
That's something that's something that I think is like so valuable that I keep bringing up to when I talk to people, because I have to remind myself all the time, is that so often we look at these eras and we're looking back on it and on what it was, and we forget like the people in these renaissances or those golden eras, they weren't sitting down and going, this is the formula that is going to be the golden era formula. It's only after the golden eras happened that we went back and went, oh shit, this is what a bunch of dope stuff, and this is what they were doing. This is the consistencies among that, but that doesn't mean you're gonna have to do the same thing for yourself. You make up your own rules and you figure out your own path and your own dialogue that you need to have. Exactly. And then someone's gonna look back on your era and go, oh shit, a bunch of people were doing this type of creative stuff, and it becomes its own thing.
Exactly. And you can't do that copying everybody else or copying what's popular.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Do that to practice. It's fun, of course, to do that sometimes and to learn. Like, I remember...
That's the only way you learn is by copying.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't make that the end all be all.
Exactly, yeah. Shit, that was a good talk. I think that's a really good place to end it. So if you haven't heard it yet and you don't want to listen to it by now, I don't know why you're here, honestly, but
thanks for joining.
Thanks for listening to this Yap session. Links for The song, I need to stop saying so much. Links for the song, Lunchbox Cypher, in the description below.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. What do I want you to comment on, though? What would I like you to comment on? What's a good prompt? Like, what's a good question to ask?
Can I ask one?
Yeah, go ahead.
What is an artist or genre that people wouldn't expect you to like? Now, we're anonymous, so we're not going to be able to know you personally, but like, there's always something that someone. In fact, I'll ask you, what's something that you think people wouldn't expect you to be into? I know it's hard. It's a bit of a hard one too.
Jazz.
Ooh,
Like, not specifically Grover Washington Jr.
Oh,
dude.
Oh, okay.
Best saxophone music ever.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, just put that shit on. You're gonna have a good day.
I was not ready for that.
I'm talking. I think I have one of his records. I have two. Crap. Yeah. Can you hold on the mic?
Yeah. Which one?
Where is it? I have two. I don't have Mr. Magic. I need to find Mr. Magic. Oh my god. I have all this stuff. And it's falling. I was gonna call this In Time, but it's actually all these fucking wires. I have Time Out of Mind. I don't know if it's even picking up in the camera. I don't know. But I have Time Out of Mind. This one is my favorite out of the two that I have in my collection. Excuse me. And then I have, this one's called Reed Seed. This one is good. Like, I won't say that I don't like it, but it's one of those ones where it's like, you got to be in the mood for it.
Ooh, okay.
You know? But yeah, I'm never bored or never disappointed with anything that Grover Washington Jr. has done. Ever.
Bet. Wait, you said Time Out of Mind. Is that your favorite on that you of all
that I own,
or favorite that you own?
No, it's my favorite that I own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I only have these two.
Right.
I don't have any of his other vinyls.
What's your favorite? If you happen to remember.
It's in my mom's collection. Because that's how I discovered him. Because my mom has this huge vinyl collection, right?
Right.
And when I think it was when, I don't know how old I was, but I'm pretty sure I was a teenager. So once I became teenage, she was like, okay, now you can start touching my vinyls.
Yeah.
So there would be days where I would throw on the vinyls, and there's this one called Inner City Blues. And the song that is the same name of the album, Inner City Blues,
right.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I was just like, at the first, I want to say it's like track 3 or track 4. I was just kind of sitting there like listening to the album, and I was like, it's interesting, but it doesn't really grab me. But when Inner City Blues came on,
yeah,
I was like, okay, I have to find out who this guy is.
Right.
You know? And I've been fascinated and obsessed with his brand of jazz ever since. Because I used to think I didn't like jazz.
Right.
You know, but what I don't like in jazz is like the more free-form stuff. You know, where it's just like, yeah. And then the drummer's like, like all over the place, you know? Like there's no structure or anything.
Right.
And I mean, that has its place, but it's just not for me.
I feel that, yeah.
You know? But yeah, that's going to be mine. Grover Washington Jr.
Damn, that's good. That's really good. I should have had an answer ready. Because it's difficult for me, I feel, not to make it biracial problems.
Okay, where are you going with this?
But like, because you'd never know if I say something, because I feel like if I say something, there's gonna be someone who's like, yeah, of course, like, no matter what I say, because like I can see like, yeah, I love hip hop, and then I'd be like, oh, I love folk rock, and they'd be like, yeah, no shit,
Well, will they know you're biracial though?
I don't know. That's the question. Because I've had people.
It's not like your logic where you're just like, I'm black, I'm white, I'm black, I'm white.
Right. But I've had people come up to me and be like, oh, I thought you were white this whole time. And I was like, really? And I was like, my bad. Okay. Like,
in what world are you white?
Apparently, in the winter, it's just the right amount of time. I'm not getting enough sunlight.
Dog, what the fuck?
But like, I love musicals, man. Like I love oh fuck, what's his name? So like he did Into the Woods, in particular because I love when a melody, a leitmotif, like when a melody can just return throughout a song or a project or something, or a concept returns consistently. That just. There's something about it that's so sad. It's like a great time joke where you've set up the punchline early.
Yeah.
And then when it comes back to you later and it just hits, it's just like, there's something about that that's so satisfying to me.
Damn. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you said Into the Woods is your favorite musical?
Nah, it's not my favorite musical, but I think it's Sondheim is the writer in particular who I think is the most consistent with bringing those leitmotifs back when he does his musicals. I'm blanking on some of his other ones right now, but yeah.
I would not have pegged you for somebody that's into musicals.
I did my job then. I answered the question correctly.
That's pretty cool. Since you said, I know we were supposed to end this like 10 minutes ago, but since you touched on motifs, right? I need you to watch Star Wars now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because John Williams is the master of the motif.
Okay.
It's literally to the point where if you pay attention and after multiple viewings, you'll see that certain characters have their own theme.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, I mean, some of them are titled their theme, but it's like when certain like situations and stuff like that, it'll be there.
Yeah.
And it's real. Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's very overt and in your face.
Right.
But the subtle ones are where it's just like, yeah.
All right, so that's because that ties in perfectly with Sodom. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Because Into the Woods does the same thing. I don't think the movie version does it. I haven't seen the movie, but if you go back and listen to the original soundtrack, or one of the more original casts doing it, it's that same thing where it's very subtle, and it'll use you because they have such a large cast of characters. I think Star Wars does too. Yeah, those motifs kind of remind you, like, oh, this is that character, because I kind of forgot where we were, But it brings back the thought. So that actually, because I've talked to a bunch of people about watching Star Wars. And I've never been a huge sci-fi guy, but that's the first thing that anyone's ever told me that's actually sold me on watching Star Wars.
Yes. If for nothing else, you need to watch it because other than being a master of film composing, because it's like John Williams is one of those guys where it's just like, even if you don't think you've been exposed to John Williams compositions before, you have. Right. If you've seen Star Wars, if you've seen Indiana Jones, Harry Potter.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, touche. Okay. Yeah.
His music sets the tone.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
So it's insane how great the movies are, because if you're either like, I feel like there's two ways to view Star Wars, right? If you grew up watching Star Wars, or you are really into fantasy and sci-fi stuff, you just go into it with an open mind and you take to it, you know, you'll be so invested and you'll just be obsessed. You'll be like, oh my God, this is fucking amazing.
Okay.
Or you can do the thing where it's just like, oh, this is the kids movie about space wizards and da 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 da. Like, you either fall on, I feel like you either fall on one of those two. Okay. There's not really a middle ground where you just like, oh yeah, I like Star Wars. let's throw on Star Wars. It's a Tuesday. Right. Like, you know, you don't do that. You either love it or you're just like, people like this shit. Right. You know, so I think if you go into it, paying attention to the music, I think you'll have a really great time.
Bet. Consider it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barring all or any like corny shit or like silly things that happen, because there are going to be silly things that happen in Star Wars. It's a given.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be super serious. Even though some people try to make it that way.
Always.
But yeah, the music elevates Star Wars to another level.
Bet. Okay.
But yeah.
Bet. So
with that, we are going to end this right here. And I don't know, maybe I'll have other people on. Maybe we'll do like a live situation.
Hell yeah.
Or maybe it'll just be like IG live clips or something. I don't know. I got to figure out a way to coordinate with Jay Lewis and Big Trip to where we can do this type of thing, like one-on-one.
Right, yeah. That'd be so dope.
Yeah. But yeah, cool.
Thank
you. Yeah, thanks for coming.
I'm going home.
I do not know how to end these.